So I'm just starting off by moisturizing her face, and I'm doing this first before everything just so the moisturizer can really soak into her skin, because she has really dry skin around her nose and mouth area. So I just want to make sure all of that isn't dry and crusty when I move into the face makeup. And now I'm just using this Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer in the shade L7. And I'm just using this to prime her eyelids. And I'm just tapping it in with my fingers. And then I'm just going to set that using a light powder just to ensure that all of the eyeshadows blend out smoothly. And for her eyeshadow today, I'm going to be using this Plush by Maevon's palette in Peaches and S'mores. And I'm just going to take this light pinky peach shade, and I'm going to use that as her transition shade. And I'm just going to buff that into the crease. And now I'm just going to go in with this pale peach color, and I'm just going to use that to bring some color to her crease. So when we put the lid shade on, it all coordinates. And to add even more color, I'm going to take this light burnt orange eyeshadow, and I'm just taking it on a smaller blending brush to intensify the color a little bit more. And I'm just buffing that into her crease and making sure that everything's blended. And now I'm going in with this off black on a small defining brush, and I'm just using that to really define the crease. So when we go in with the lid shade, it creates like a cut crease effect, or a soft cut crease effect, because I feel like I didn't really define the crease that intense. And now I'm just going in with the black shadow and dragging it into the outer corner, but you don't have to do this because I eventually just go over it with the eyeshadow and glitter. And then I'm just going to keep defining her crease, and yeah, that's about it. And now I'm just going in back with the burnt orange shade and the smaller blending brush, and I'm just making sure that all of the edges of her eyeshadow are well blended and not choppy. My rapport was lame, just be honest, in my bedroom is where I spent all my days, putting thoughts to page, studied all the greats. All of a sudden they know it's Sean by name, but it's all the same, nothing at all has changed. And now I'm just going back in with that pale peach on a blending brush, and I'm just further blending out any harsh edges. And then I went ahead and highlighted her brow bone and inner tear duct with Dripping in Gold from the ABH That Glow Kit. Criticism was better when crews were tougher than leather. Humans were all suede, shell tops with no laces. 2 turntables and the mic all day. Looks like they coming around. It's great to see everybody in love with the sound. Teach your harmony, no rubbing, no dumbing it down. And I'm pleased to see you made it, I made it around. And now I'm going to go in with this rose gold shade from the same palette, and I'm just going to lay that all over the area that I placed the glitter glue at. And as you can see, I'm placing that all over the lid and pretty much covering up the black that I drug into the outer corner like I said. No sense in reproducing the idolized, reintroducing in my design, and keeping it. And then I'm just going to go back in with the black and a small defining brush to redefine the cut crease, just in case any of the eyeshadow took some of the definition out. If you get what I mean. Oh my gosh, I'm dropping stuff over here. And now I'm just going to go back in with the glitter glue, and I'm just going to put that down before I go in with the glitter. And now I'm going to take this kind of rose gold glitter from Olika Cosmetics in the color Penelope, and I'm just placing that all over her lid where I placed the glitter glue adhesive. And now for liner, I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Mega Liner, and I'm just doing a small cat eye on her. And I don't really know how to explain doing cat eyes. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory, and I feel like anyone really knows how to do a cat eye. And then I'm just going to go on with some foundation and drag that along the edge of the cat eye to sharpen it. And before I put her lashes on, I just went ahead and took some Benefit Roller Lash and coated her upper lashes. And I waited until after the face makeup to do her lower lash line. And now I'm just using the same method that I use on myself to apply lashes, and I'm just taking the lash strip glue and I'm just applying that straight onto her lash line so that when I go on the lashes, they just lay exactly where I put the glue at. And now I'm just taking the lashes Klassy from Lash Firm, and I'm just placing that on her lash line and making sure that all of the edges are secured and aren't going anywhere. Okay, but let's talk about the way I'm holding her head. Like, what are you doing, sis? What are you doing? But I literally hold all of my clients' heads like this. I have no idea why. I just do. And now I'm just pinching the eyelashes onto her lash line to make sure that they're all together. And I'm just going back in with the liner to cover up the lash band. And here I'm just lifting up her lashes and going back in with the mascara to blend in her real lashes to the false lashes. And now to start her face off, I'm just going to take some MAC Strobe Cream and I'm just going to massage that all over her face to give her a nice luminous glow. And then I'm going to take the Smashbox Photofinish Primer and I'm going to put that all over her face just to ensure that her face makeup is nice, smooth, and flawless. And here I'm just taking this Ruby Kisses Pure Mineral Concealer and I'm just using that to spot conceal any visible blemishes that she has. And I like to do this first so I don't have to go on with extra foundation to cover up these blemishes because I don't like using a lot of foundation. And to blend that out, I'm just going to use my fingers to tap in the concealer. And I do this because I find that it allows the concealer to be more full coverage than if you would use like a beauty blender or a brush. It would pick up the excess product. And now I'm just going in with this L'Oreal True Match Foundation in N7, and I'm just taking that on a big kabuki brush and I'm just stippling that all over her face. And then I'm just taking a beauty blender to tap off any excess product. And now I'm just taking the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Cool Tan, and I'm just using that to highlight all the high points of her face, like underneath her eyes, the bridge of her nose, the middle of her forehead, her chin, and her cupid's bow. And then I'm just going to blend that out using a beauty blender. now I'm just going to take this loose translucent setting powder from Airspun, and I'm just using that to bake all of the highlighted areas. And then immediately after, I'm going to take this Ruby Kisses mineral powder and mocha, and I'm just using that to dust off her bake. And I like to use a color powder just to ensure that there's no flashback. And now to contour her face, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Medium to Tan Contouring Kit, and I'm using the shade Espresso. And I'm just contouring her cheekbones, her forehead, and along her jawline. And I just took that same shade in a slim fluffy brush, and I'm just using that to contour along the bridge of her nose. Jesus. And then I'm just going to go back in with that translucent setting powder, and I'm going to use that to clean up her nose contour. And here I'm just taking the CoverGirl Queen Bronzer in Ebony Bronze, and I'm just using that to add a little bronze to her face. And now I'm just going to dust off the powder that was cleaning up her nose contour. And she's having a highlight moment right now. Yes, work it. Look at the glow. Look at it. Ah! Anyways, now for blush, I'm taking this e.l.f. blush palette, and after I let that dry halfway through, I'm just taking Golden Bronze from the ABH That Glow Kit, and I'm highlighting all the high points of her face, like the tip of her nose, the sides of her forehead, and then I'm just going to set her face one more time. And now I'm just going back in with that burnt orange to smoke out her lower lash line. And she was having a very difficult time being still, obviously. And then I'm going to take that off black to really smoke it out and add some definition to her lower lash line. And then I'm just going to top that off by coating her lower lashes. Now I'm going to go in with Chesnut by MAC, and I'm just using this to line and define her lips before I go in with the lipstick. And I just like to use brown lip liner on pretty much everybody, but especially on like girls with color, because I just think it just looks way better. And then I'm going to take this Plush by Maevon liquid lipstick in the color Naked, and I'm just going to take that on a flat brush and put that all over her lips evenly, and I'm going to blend it in with the lip liner.
by the end of the night. Right, I'm feeling alright. It's a simplicity I'm beginning to doubt. Lemonade in my cup, let me let it all out. Naturally selected, I'm better without. Ahead of my cloud, they yelling it out. Just messing around. Capital H, guess who's the newest in town? Send your friend a text.
And then to top the lip off, I'm going to be taking See-Thru lip gloss from MAC, and I'm just going to be putting that all over her lips. And here's the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys want to see next, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Why the hell do you look like that?
Like what?
You're trying to make the bloopers cut. You're trying to make the cut. Okay.
Where's the other earring?
Wait! I forgot. Canceled.